silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Any idea why that's significant today?
No detail.
Well, 8 people got that warning last night when they jumped the fence down at the congressional baseball
At the
game.
baseball game, yes.
So anyway, good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
But the real reason it's important today to us is that it was on this date, the year was 1966, the U.S. Supreme Court handed down a decision, Miranda versus Arizona, establishing the principle that all criminal suspects must be advised of their rights before interrogation. Now considered standard police procedure, that's what we had to give everybody. They still have to give everybody, sort of modified today. They've gotten a little bit lax on it to a certain extent. It's also, with all the TV shows out there, probably most everybody out there can repeat it. And asking somebody if they understand their rights, I think it's kind of like weird today. Yes, you can advise them of that and say, well, do you understand your rights? No. Well, then you're stupid, because you have seen it on TV and everywhere else for so long. Here's where this mess started. The Miranda decision is a call. They go back to March 2nd, 1963. An 18-year-old Phoenix woman told police that she had been abducted, driven to the desert, and raped. Detectives questioned her story, gave her a polygraph test. The results were inconclusive. However, tracking the license plate number of a car that resembled that of her abductor, police found this dude named Ernesto Miranda. He had a prior record as a peeping Tom. Although the victim did not identify Miranda in a lineup, he was brought into police custody and interrogated. What happened next is disputed, but officers left the interrogation with the confession that Miranda later recanted, unaware that he did not even have to say anything at all. That's what people did not understand in those days, for one reason or another. Yeah, you didn't have to say anything. I don't know anything. Don't ask me any questions. But they never understood that, apparently. Miranda's appointed defense, he was convicted, by the way. His appointed defense attorney only got $100 for it, did not call any witnesses in the ensuing trial. Miranda was convicted. Miranda was in Arizona State Prison. The American Civil Liberties Union took up his appeal, claiming that the confession was false and coerced. The Supreme Court overturned his conviction. Miranda was retried and convicted again, October 1966. Remaining in prison until 1972, Miranda was later stabbed to death in the men's room of a bar after a poker game in January 1976.
Ouch.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not know that.
I don't think I recall that part.
Thank you for that moment of history.
Yeah, whatever. That's the way it goes. The things have changed just a little bit, but I'm sure there were roots back in the days when confessions were beaten out of people and everything else.
Oh, sure.
Information was gotten, and it was just wrong. That was just that. There had to be some guidelines. There needed to be some kind of instructions to make sure everybody did things right. Something that we learned, the first basic law enforcement training, which really wasn't called that in the day, went through. We were handed out a card that called Miranda card, right?
Right.
Rights.
Kept it in your pocket.
We had to read them. We didn't memorize them. Everybody did, but you
That's right.
had to read it from the card. You had to pull it out of your ID case or wherever you kept it, and you had to read it. I probably still got my original one around here somewhere.
Oh, you have to find
Yes, back there.
Yes, we need to see that.
But it's I got 3 badges right there too. So
I'll bring mine in. We'll compare them.
yeah, but this one had you read it from it, and that way on the witness stand, did you advise my client of his constitutional rights? I did. Exactly what did you tell him? You reach into your ID case, you take it out, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "This is exactly what I advised him of," and we all did. And then they stopped doing it. The defense attorneys found out that just wasn't going to play. So somebody in the Jacksonville Police Department got very smart early on. That was about 1970. Good for whoever that was. Probably Ralph Strother. What's going on in your world?
Well, I sent y'all a message last night. If you weren't watching it, you needed to
We
tune
were
in.
watching that.
Did you? Was that not a good
Game
game?
was good. I didn't watch the whole thing, but yeah.
It was the congressional ball game last night, and
I didn't watch it.
the
It was a ball game.
Republicans won 31-11.
That was a
No.
butt beating.
No.
It was,
And
a
I don't know
beating.
who that guy is that kept knocking those. That guy needs to play pro. The one that
Well,
kept having those big hits.
Who was it? Federer. I was
don't know
trying
who
to
that
keep
guy
up with
is.
it.
I'm like, this guy had to have played ball.
But their pitcher, Stubbe,
Yeah.
for the Republican side, he pitched last year. I think he's more or less the normal pitcher. I mean, that man, he had to have played professional baseball somewhere.
I'm telling you, the
He
guy
was
that kept
throwing some
those
strikes.
big hits and
Yes.
knocking 3-4 runners in, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
At a
it was
time,
usually after the bases were
yeah,
loaded.
that
they'd
guy
bring
would
him
come
up.
out there and he just slammed that ball
It
out
was
there.
good,
Yeah.
but I think
31-11.
It was a beat.
31-11.
It was
Well, it
awesome.
started off first inning.
Why don't we
Republicans scored
why don't we just
4.
use that as the for the election instead? Just that's the percentage.
I mean, it was like watching a football game.
It was. It was.
It was so good, but
It
I
was
think
good.
the most heartfelt moment is when Steve Scalise came
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
he
and
was
he
the one
took
that was
to the
shot back
bat.
in 2017 or something.
Yes, and got a hit and made it to first base, and it was kind of like
He walked to
let
first
him
base.
get to first base, and of course they had a pinch runner take over for him, but a designated runner, I guess you would say,
That's what
but
they call
he. It was just a very heartfelt moment. You could tell the man's been through a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And
after he got shot, of course, then he had to suffer through this cancer thing.
right,
Mhm.
right.
So,
But it was a great game. And as I was telling Rafer this morning, I said it was kind of fun watching the Dems and the Republicans hugging, high fiving, fist bumping, chest bumping, laughing at each other, checking to make
So
sure
where
each
was
other
AOC?
okay. I don't know. It's kind of like maybe she get out there and catch a foul ball with her head or something and
Mhm.
knock some sense into her. But no, there was a few women that did come out and play, as they got
Tokens?
further into the game.
are you saying tokens
I'm just saying that.
after the game was decided?
Yeah, yeah. Well, go
Okay.
ahead and let the girls play. But
Okay.
I really enjoyed that game. It was really fun,
Mm-hmm.
and it was nice to see them all getting along. And a couple things, man, Democrats were great at stealing bases.
Oh,
Did
they
you
were
notice
good.
that?
Yes.
They were
Yeah.
good at
What
stealing
did they pick them
bases.
up and run with?
No, they would just run with it. Now that one I thought was going to cause a problem when that guy, the shortstop or the second baseman, was standing and kind of knocked into
Yeah.
it. What, the third inning or fourth inning or
Oh
something.
yeah, that was
And they got,
look,
that coach got mad of the Democrats, but he just kept running and kind of ran into him. It was
Right.
not the baseman's fault; it was the runner.
There was quite a few
Yeah.
of those, and then when that one was running into home base and ended up, the catcher ended up trying to make a play, and he ended up colliding with the home plate ump.
Oh,
About knocked him out cold. I mean,
well,
he
he
went
should have been out of
down.
the way.
There was a lot of that last night. Bodies making contact with each other and then knocking each other down. It was like,
Probably
you in my way.
accidental.
yeah, I think most of them were, but it was a great ball game. It was really good. I enjoyed it, and
Well, the highlight for me was watching some of the stuff this morning because I didn't watch the game.
yes,
Oh, they got 8 people. 8 people jumped the fence over there.
I didn't see
over
that.
there.
they
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
actually show that on the
Oh,
screen
yeah, too bad. That was a hit. They
because I think it was
they
like
were all-
second inning.
I don't know when it was. They
What was
they
the
all-
point?
They had all green shirts on, and they were environment, the environment, the environment. The
Yeah.
Green Steel people,
Oh, the Greenpeace.
and they
people.
jumped and ran onto the field. Well, they did not get very far.
No.
I never seen so many Capitol Police at one time in my life. They just swarmed that place,
Well, it was
and they tackled them They
in the
put 'em on
second
the
inning,
ground
and I was
with
watching
glee.
with the network that I was watching it on. Just they made mention and they stopped the game, and everybody was kind of just looking around. And I'm like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And they didn't show the protesters,
Yeah,
but
well, they-
after that, they had the cops were out in the outfield.
uh-huh.
They're everywhere.
They were climate change protesters. They had been chanting while holding signs that said "Stop playing games
And
with
sweating.
our future," and they wore shirts that said "End fossil fuels" before
Oh.
entering the field. A group known as Climate Defiance, took credit for the display and in a tweet on that X thing on Bobber. And one of that X report said, update, 8 of us have been arrested for shutting down the congressional baseball game. They're behind bars now. Make no mistake, it's the members of Congress who should be locked up. Well, sorry, Bubba, that you didn't shut it down. You delayed it for about 2 or 3 minutes. That was it. Back. Throw out that pitch, y'all. Let's go. Let's move on.
The only thing I missed last night was seeing our congressman, but he was on the reserve injury list. So,
Yeah, he was. He was at home watching it.
yeah, being it, he just recently had brain surgery,
Mhm.
but
Well,
he's doing great though.
Yeah, had a tumor removed from the base of the
Yes.
skull. Apparently doing pretty well. He's just,
Back at work.
he was back at work, but he's at home yesterday.
Right. That's good. Good
Mhm.
for you. But it was, if you missed it, I'm sure you can pick it back up again somewhere.
Oh,
YouTube
yeah.
Somewhere. It was good.
The police got there within, split second, and they escorted the demonstrators out of the area. The game resumed. 8 people were arrested, according to the police.
Good.
They said, we're proud of our officers. They done good. So I am too. Good for
Very
y'all.
Good. Very good.
Where were they on the? No, I won't go back there.
No, I'll go
They
there.
did great last night. A small group of anti-Israel protesters were also spotted in the crowd. The group unfurled a Free Palestine and Palestinian flag in the right field section near the foul post. That was a good place for them. The group's
Nice.
message was met with boos from others in the stands. Good. Maybe y'all will get the message. We don't like you. We don't care about your stupidity. You're showing it. Go somewhere where somebody actually cares. We don't. How's that? Don't get in trouble, wanna? Again, whatever. Okay, it's fun having Ethan in here yesterday. Ethan Starzinski
Yes.
from John Stars Electric. We were talking about some of the things that you need to know with your personal portable generators and things like that. So if y'all, I'm encouraging you, if you missed the show and you have maybe not picked up on some of the severe weather tips that we're doing every morning now, you want to go back and replay. We do have a system out there. It's approaching the Atlantic Ocean now. Not likely to do much of anything. That's good, but it is this first of the hurricane, the Atlantic Basin hurricane season. Get your words out, Brown.
You
But,
were worrying me there for a minute.
Yeah, worries me too. But anyway, there is something out there brewing, and we may get a little rain, whatever. But if it's
Yeah.
on the predicted course and doesn't form up, we should be okay. Hopefully, it'll do like everything else, most of everything else did last year, and just head out to sea and go away. North Atlantic is a great place for hurricanes and other tropical storms. They die quickly. Today's severe weather tip brought to you by John Stars Electric, your Generac generator dealer here in Jacksonville. The first system of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season is a good opportunity to do a run through on your service weather plan. The mess of mostly thunderstorms dropped a lot of rain on Central Florida and has made its way across the state and moving into the Atlantic Ocean. Forecasters give it virtually no chance of developing into anything, at least anything that will have an impact on our area. But why not take the opportunity and run through a just-in-case plan of action? Non-perishable food, check. Water for everyone that will be in your house, check. Prescription medications, okay? Check. Batteries for emergency lights and flashlights and your portable radio and your NOAA weather radio. A well-stocked first aid kit, check. Non-ethanol gasoline in case you have a portable generator, check.
Pet
Have
food.
you started that portable generator lately? Uncheck. Non-ethanol gasoline, you need to have that, okay? Several heavy-duty extension cords, check. Food for your furry critters, check. These are some of the things that you should have ready. And don't forget your go box, just in case of an evacuation order. The 2024 hurricane season is predicted to be significantly more active than normal. Please review your plans. Go back to our shows for the last few weeks on Facebook. Check out the severe weather tips that aired just before the 720 weather updates. Make notes if you find information that is useful. You'd be surprised how much you will not remember if a storm is coming towards this area. We talked with Ethan yesterday about generator safety. If you fit that category, that's another good segment you should replay. It started about 7:30 yesterday morning. Ethan said there's plenty of time to get the ball rolling for a standby generator while you're at it, before the peak of the hurricane season is going to hit here. From the time they do an assessment, you'll be hooked up and ready just in case we're visited by a tropical storm this year. It's definitely worth reaching out to power up your life with a Generac generator from John Stars Electric. Schedule an appointment by calling 910-989-108 today. It's all turnkey and worry-free. We'll be right back with your area forecast in just a couple of minutes. Don't go away.
Coming up on the next Goddard's Gold, we're going to take a look at some summer hits, and you have to start off with the Beach Boys. Also, the Love Is Spoonful, Bobby Lewis, Three Dog Night, Shannon Dean, Percy Faith, The Doors, Gary Crockett, Elvis, Billy Stewart, Van Morrison, The Rolling Stones. Summer hits coming up next Goddard's Gold. Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Freedom 97.1 and 11:20 a.m. WSME.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Get Ahead at Work.
It's simple. Just ask for a meeting with your supervisor. While you're discussing the latest sales reports, just slip into the conversation that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Whoa! The business savvy you showed hundreds of dollars on home insurance will have you running seminars on saving money in no time.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Home Connections of Beulahville is connecting people with the American dream of home ownership. In addition to single wides, double wides, and modular homes, Home Connections offers custom building and land home packages throughout eastern North Carolina just for you. Whether it be a single wide, double wide, modular home, or custom built dream home, Home Connections will make it happen. Home Connections sincerely wants you to have the American dream, your own home. Home Connections features homes by Clayton with a variety of full-pay and amenities to choose from, and many finance options available. Home Connections can make owning your own home affordable and simple. 50% of new home buyers at Home Connections are through referrals, and references are gladly provided. For your convenience, Home Connections in Beulahville is now open from 9 to 6 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturdays. Beautiful homes, friendly staff, and financing. All you need to do now is call Bobby or Reggie, 910-298-3387. That's 910-298-3387, or visit ourhomeconnections.com.
Home Connections, Highway 24, Beulahville, on your way to and from the beach. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today. at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbin Avenue in Swainsboro.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
The Marine Weather Forecast is brought to you by Community Prevention Services. You've seen the signs all around town. Get your vaping products here. Some are even open 24 hours a day. Onslow County is way up there on the food chain for young people who are vaping. As a parent, you should know that your kids will lie to you, claiming that what they're doing is harmless, that it's just steam coming off, vapors. That's not what medical experts and law enforcement officers have found. Too often, the products they're buying for their vaping instruments are not only harmful, they're illegal. Don't believe the signs on the windows claiming everything is totally legal, and trust me, it's harmless. If you want the real story, reach out before it's too late. Community Prevention Services, 910-353-0972. It's a Jacksonville company located at 918 Henderson Drive with counselors to help deal with a variety of problems, including vaping. They'll be glad to share what the experts have learned about the dangers of vaping. Do yourself and your kids a favor. Get the whole story, the truth, before this fad turns into something much more difficult to deal with. Again, that's Community Prevention Services, 910-353-0972. Offshore today out to 20 nautical miles. Easterly winds 15 to 20 knots with occasional gusts to 25 this afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet. 3-foot waves from the southeast every 6 seconds. And rivers chopping. Friday, tomorrow, northeasterly winds around 10 knots, becoming easterly in the afternoon. Seas 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers a light chop. The westerly winds on Saturday, 5 to 10 knots. When the winds are from the west, the fishing is best. That's the last day of the Big Rock Tournament as well. Becoming easterly in the afternoon, seas 2 to 4 feet. Sounds and rivers a light chop.
Today, partly sunny, a high of 88. We could have some gusts with gusts as high as 17 miles an hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 68. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 93. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 70. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 93. Saturday night, clear, low of 66. And Sunday, it'll be sunny with a high of 90.
All right, we missed a call going into weather there from our buddy, Timmy. Mm-hmm. Timmy, where are you? I know what you're going to say, and I'm not going to steal your thunder. I'm not going to walk on your line. I know what day of the week it is, so you need to be letting us know what it's all about, would you?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, besides that, it's day 4 for the 66th annual world-famous Big Rock Blue Marlin Tournament. It officially gets underway at 9 o'clock this morning when anglers will drop their lines right straight down into the Atlantic Ocean, each one hoping for a piece of the big payoff at week's end. So in addition to it being day number 4, Jimmy, what day is it?
Yeah, what day is it?
Yeah.
Come on, everybody. What day is it?
It's Friday Eve.
All right.
We're so excited.
Yeah. I was listening to your hurricane preparedness list there, Brother Rayford. You missed one important thing.
There are a bunch of them, but we keep giving them a little bit at a time. Go ahead.
Well, my main important thing on that list was make sure you had plenty of bourbon on hand. that is mine.
Well,
I gotta have that bourbon.
Well, if that's what you want, that's okay with me. Here's the one thing. Make sure you got a designated driver who can drive in case they give you an evacuation order. That's number one.
Well, my horse Yeah, my horse is good enough. I'll just get on her and she'll take me where I need to go.
She's going to be.
I can stick-
Your horse is
Yeah.
smart enough to stay put.
Do horses
Yeah.
smell?
She don't want to leave the yard.
Okay. And the second thing about the alcoholic beverages there, the adult things there, it's okay if that's what you want to do. Don't do it into oblivion, because there may be things that are happening that you need to deal with. That's one. Number two, don't forget the water. I don't care how much else you want to drink. That water is going to be very important. Alcoholic beverages, in spite of what you think, and you're out there mowing your lawn and drinking a beer, is not going to provide any hydration for your system. Okay?
No,
none at all.
Well, I remember when we had bottled water. You know, you didn't see bottled water. I didn't see bottled water till I moved to Florida in 1990. So help me. But I remember we used to, if we had a hurricane approaching, we had filled up the bathtub.
And the wash.
Well, we
Bathtub
you're right. Everything that can hold water held water.
But you know, you can't do that with a washing machine with these new ones.
They'll drain it all by
Yeah,
themselves.
you're right. They'll
They're-
drain
oh,
it. Yeah.
it's so irritating.
Fill it up and unplug
But
it.
yeah, but I'm that old because when I saw
Hello.
a bottle of water, I freaked out. What in the world? I mean, I moved down there to Jackson, Florida, and I freaked out. What in the world are people buying water for? Well, I got in there and got in the apartment and made my first pitcher of sweet iced tea.
It's so
And when I took my first drink of sweet iced tea, trust me, I knew why they had bottled water. You can't drink that water in Jacksonville, Florida.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I know what the whole deal's about, right? First of all, back in the 50s, it said plastics are our future. Those advertisements that ran everywhere, you need to get a degree in plastics. So apparently a whole heap of people went out there and they got their degrees in plastics, marketing plastics, making plastics. And somebody came up with the idea, hey, we can sucker these people. Now we got to get into bed with the people down in Jacksonville, Florida, who produce water. And we're going to make that water suck. We're going to put water in a plastic bottle, and we're going to sell that 2 cents worth of water for what, 45 cents to begin with. Now it's what, $4, whatever. And then we can add some other stuff to it and make it taste something other than water, and tell them that it's good for them. And then that's where we are today. How's that for a conspiracy?
That blows, and it's just really, really cool. I remember when they used to fuss about the price, and at the time, a gallon of water was more than a gallon of gasoline. And I said, but you'll go run by that gallon of water and won't argue about it.
Yep.
But now you fuss about that gallon of gas, and I'm just around. I was just some old country boy of Moslow County, and I had never been to a big city like that to live. And I said, one of the cheapest things you can buy down there, as far as to drink, and that was beer, because Budweiser was right there in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
And that was cheap. It was cheaper than cigarettes, really.
You mentioned Budweiser, and at the bottling company in Wilmington, back when Hurricane, whatever it was in 96, that big one, 97, something like that. Remember when it aggravated everybody? It just goes by me right now. The big one. Guess who started producing water? Well, they did turn the spigot on, and they filled up beer cans. They had no labels on them. They filled up beer cans with water. They canned water and gave it to people. They didn't sell it. They gave it to people, emergency responders, all the people in the shelters. They took them, dozens and hundreds of cases. I had a couple of cans of that for the longest time. I have no clue what I did with it. I moved a few times since then. But anyway, that was pretty smart of them. Cool, nice of them, not smart. Very nice of them to do that.
It's just, it was amazing to me, because now after I made that first pitcher of tea and I went and bought water, they had water in 2-gallon jugs with a spout on it.
Yeah.
And so I kept one on the counter all the time.
And kept filling it up.
I would, and if I run out, get ready to run out, I'd go to Publix was the big hit back then. Food Line was nasty. I mean, it was a nasty hole back then. In fact, they had a big deal about it one time. They had an undercover person went in there.
I remember that about the beat.
Oh yeah, I knew
did it.
Yeah, and so Publix was a little bit higher, but we all went to Publix, and I'd get another 2-gallon jug with a spout, sit it up there on the counter.
You know what Food
And
Line's
that's what
first
I
name
did.
was before it became Food Line?
What now?
What it?
Food Line. What it
Food
was?
Town.
There you
Food
go.
Town.
You got
Yeah.
it. Food Town.
That would have been a good trivia question right there.
Oh, you
Food
sure
Town.
would have.
I remember that. Somebody, and it was a big lawsuit came up. Is the reason it was changed, because somebody else had Food Town, and so they were talking about they were so cheap that to make Food Line, all they had to do was just buy a couple of letters,
Yeah.
and that
pretty
just
much.
tickled me to no end about how they did that.
Yeah,
But
interesting.
it was awesome.
Yeah,
But no, that's my little take on today.
that undercover thing you were talking about is that somebody went to work for them, it was an ABC reporter, went to work, or maybe as a producer. Somebody from ABC News went to work for Food Line, and they were back in the meat department, and they were finding that they would take this meat that was out there like hamburger. They would take this meat. Now, this is before today's Food Line, by the way, y'all. Got nothing to do with them
It's
today.
all got changed. Yeah.
And they would it was approaching its expiration date, or the date that's used best by, and before it turns that brown color instead of the meaty color, they take it back and mix it with other fresh ground beef,
Right.
and then repackage it and put a new date on it.
Yeah.
And
They were
here's
also
what
taking
occurred.
chicken. Yeah.
The producer, the news person, whatever it was, they almost got arrested. Food Lion was taking them to court, trying to get them arrested for trespassing.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
So that did not go over too good. Let's just put it that way.
Tim, you would remember the stories about Willie's Supermarket supposedly soaking the chickens, and before they died. Yeah.
They would soak the chicken for, and they wouldn't change the water.
Oh.
And another one, they wouldn't change the water. And another one, the chicken would start. They would, the chicken would be outdated, and they just take it in there and put barbecue sauce on it. It wasn't cooked, but they put barbecue sauce on it and repackage it.
Ouch.
I mean, it was on camera.
Ouch.
But I mean, Food Line's not like that today.
No, they're
Folks,
not.
I
Got nothing
shop
to do
at
with
Food
it.
Line, and I really, they're a great cut. But it took that to get it started. But it was down there in Florida is when I was looking at it. I was living in Florida when I saw it. But Publix business grew. I think they said 80%.
I'm sure.
And that, but now Publix was very clean. It looks kind of like Lowe's Foods today.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
when
was
you
in-
walk in Lowe's Foods, it's usually very, very clean. Albertson is a very, very clean place.
I was in Publix the other day. Got some stuff there, and of course,
Oh, yeah.
my mainstay is Food Line because we got a lot of them around here. They got good deals.
Yes.
I get their weekly
I like the
specials.
BOGO.
We get a lot of
BOGOs.
our stuff, most of our stuff from Food Line, except our meat.
Mm-hmm.
Our meat, all of it comes from Piggly Wiggly right there.
I can't
Every
do
bit of
it.
oil
We ain't got
Whaley's and Billable.
one. We ain't got neither one of them things here in Jacksonville
I know,
anymore.
but that Whaley's, if you feel like going to Buellville, you're just riding around. You stop in Whaley's Supermarket, Buell. They fix their own meat. They cut it, package it. Everything comes in bulk. They cut it and package it. Piggly Wiggly, everything comes in bulk. They cut it up and package. They still got their butchers back there.
Yes, they
Food
do.
Line, they got away from that and then had to go back to it.
Yes, they
because
did.
It become prepackaged.
We didn't.
And
we
now
didn't
they
like
have their
that.
own butchers again.
Well, I was in another store. It wasn't any of those that you've mentioned so far the other day, and I brought a picture back because I was going to go get me a couple steaks.
Yeah.
And I brought this picture back, and Kelly can do the honors because she's got good eyes and she can read. Not all of us can read, you know what I mean? And this was a bunch of ribeyes out here on display. They look really good ribeyes,
They
right?
did look good.
How
I'm looking
good do
at the
they
picture.
look?
Not $51.99 a pound good, but that's the price. Rayford took a picture of the price.
It's a handwritten price. It's
Yeah,
not like
it's
a
like on a
typo.
whiteboard, yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's not a
That's
typo.
true.
Couldn't be a typo.
No, this is legit.
However, I went to another store, same company, different location. That wasn't the price on them there. Kelly brought up the point that day, $51.99 a pound. Maybe somebody was a little dyslexic back in the place where they marked the price down.
Yeah, maybe it should have been
Maybe
15.
$15.99 a pound. I probably would have bought it because those are dang good looking steaks.
Oh yeah. Well, back in memory lane, you remember, Lee might remember. Remember Whaley's right there?
I do. Remember it well.
That's the one I was talking about the chickens.
You go get a hand cut steak house down there. I want, and Daddy would walk in there, and I wanted an inch thick or inch and a quarter thick.
Inch and a quarter T-bone.
God, I remember them days.
He was famous for those inch and a quarter T-bones or inch and a quarter
You ain't
porterhouse. And they had their own butcher, and they did it good, and they had some good stuff there. I will give you that.
All right, y'all. I got to
take
get
care.
out of here. Enjoy
Hungry.
your Friday Eve. I'm down here in hell. In other words, Raleigh.
Oh, I'm
Yikes.
so sorry.
I feel for you.
Well, it made it a blessing to come in here this morning because I watched the traffic like they were, and people were trying to have wreck. And I was listening to y'all and just and it was fun. So y'all made the trip a whole lot
Well,
easier.
you know, it is Friday Eve, but it's another Eve day, too. May as well take the opportunity to remind y'all. It is called Flag Day Eve. Tomorrow is the
That's right.
tomorrow is the
Flag
14th.
That's
Flag
right.
Day. Yeah.
That's right.
And it's not
All right.
any of those other flags.
Right.
It's just
It's only one.
American flag.
American.
USA.
American flag. Okay.
American.
America flag. Yeah, America.
You be safe out there.
All right, y'all be good. Enjoy your weekend if I don't hear from you anymore.
You got it. Take care. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSA. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Rick Dees, and don't forget the weekly Top 40 Countdown happening here this weekend. We have the four. Plus, there's Dees Sleaze, some crazy record news of the offbeat, and the prize for the winner of the weekly Top 40 Challenge this weekend, a Honda scooter worth $1,000. And the Hooters will be here too. Scooters and Hooters. The weekly Top 40 here this weekend.
Catch the weekly Top 40 80s edition Sunday night, 6 to 10 on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, B.F. Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control from traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back, and Kelly Gallo's got something here. Breaking news, right?
Well, I don't know if it's breaking news, but it's interesting news. You know, sometimes we hear about judge overreach. I don't know if overreach is the right word that would apply in this case, but the top in Cook County, Illinois, which it covers Chicago because it's happened in Chicago.
Yeah.
The top judge has asked state regulators that regulate judges to review allegations that an attorney was handcuffed to a chair after a judge kicked him out of a courtroom. So, and then the chief judge referred misconduct allegations against Judge Kathy Flanagan to the state Judicial Inquiry Board. It happened on Friday when the referral was issued.
Good.
So
that one needs to
apparently
go.
on May the 7th, according to the sheriff's report and transcripts. Now, see, this is what, and the word transcript is going to come into play here in a minute, which is why I'm saying that. Attorney Brad Schneiderman was arguing for his client at a hearing when the Judge Flanagan told him to stop talking and order the attorneys to step back. So he walked back towards, the gallery, the bench area or whatever, where the table, and he was muttering. Then he turned back to the bench. That's what he did. Witnesses say that's exactly what the guy did. The judge yelled, "That's it, take him." And a deputy, okay.
Take him for what? She better issue an order for contempt.
So a deputy took Schneiderman into a back hallway and handcuffed him to a chair. The deputy told the county's Judicial Executive Committee that he was following protocol when holding someone in custody because she said, "That's it, take him."
Yeah.
Now, what would take him mean to a deputy? Take him.
Well, if you take them into custody, you handcuff them. That's standard procedure. But you better have a lawful order to do that.
Yes. So the judge later told deputy to let him go. The attorney returned to the courtroom. According to a transcript, he complained that he hadn't been given a chance to explain his client's position. That's why he was kind of muttering to himself. He was trying to say, "This is what my client's saying. This is what happened." He said that in 17 years of practice, he'd never had a problem with a judge before, and before she accused him of being sexist. I don't know what that was about. So then she accused the lawyer of making false statements and ended the hearing. Now, she's been a judge since 1998. Now, this is where I say the word transcript came into play. She told the Judicial Executive Committee that she didn't hold him in contempt and never asked that he be taken into custody, but she said take him.
Yeah,
And
same thing.
Yes. So the
She's trying to get out of it.
she is trying to get out of it, and the
It's not gonna
Judicial
work.
Executive Committee said, "Oh no," and they've referred. It got sent to whoever their big body is, and then they referred the attorney's conduct to the State Attorney Registration and Disciplinary Commission
Good.
because he muttered when he was walking back. But she's referred to the judge body, but I don't think she's going to win her argument
I don't
because
think
they've
she
got
is
it on
either.
transcript saying take it. What did the deputy's not wrong? I mean, he's following what he's told to do. I mean, he's got to do what she says. Yeah, she's in
Well,
trouble.
Yeah, I would have said, if I was the bailiff, the deputy, I would have said, is that an order for arrest for contempt?
Yeah.
What do I charge him with?
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's
hey-
what he should have done. But you generally do what the judge tells you to do.
Yeah.
Judge is in charge.
And I'm trying to figure out now, we don't have transcripts of the whole thing, but why was she calling this guy sexist? I mean,
don't
because
know.
he's just trying to argue for his client. I mean, it was odd, but you see all kinds of wacky things. But that was interesting.
Well,
Well, have you been keeping up with the Young Thug lawyer, the Young Thug trial?
I haven't, but I saw something this morning. The
That
lawyer's been
lawyer-
acting out.
Well, no, the lawyer and the judge got into it over something, and the judge got mad and sentenced him to 10 weekends,
10 weekends
in jail.
Yeah.
You know, for speaking out. But he's the primary lawyer in this case. But the judge found him in contempt for refusing to disclose who told him about a closed door meeting between the judge, prosecutors, and the uncooperative witness and his lawyer, because they had a star witness that refused to testify.
So
Also,
did
it's been a
indeed,
mess.
did indeed you have, the question is, did you have this meeting?
Yes, they did.
And if they had this meeting, then nothing else matters.
And the lawyer that was sanctioned argued in court that the conversation was unconstitutional and that the defense lawyers should have been present or at
If-
least notified.
That's what I would think, but
Well, the
you know,
judge got mad, said, boom, you got the next 10 weekends in jail. Jail,
Holy-
it took when he was sentenced, took him right then and there out.
Sure.
Okay, I'm reading it now. Yeah, he wouldn't tell them how he heard about the
It
meeting.
does not matter.
That's right,
Is it
it doesn't
true?
matter.
Yes,
It
because
could
the
been-
meeting was between prosecutors, the judge, and a key witness, but
So-
the defense lawyer was not there.
At some point in time, you can hold a separate hearing to determine who told him, if
Yeah.
indeed that is warranted. You
Yeah.
can do that, and he can refuse to tell you, and then you can go from there and see where it falls. But it's going to fall on the lawyer's side
But
in
I
this case.
think
It should.
I agree, and I would think that if because this is a case, the defense lawyer should have been allowed to be in that meeting as well.
Absolutely.
But that he wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. I'd be mad as heck too.
It's a complete. That trial has been so besieged with delays and
shenanigans,
disruptions, including the stabbing of one of the defendants while in the jail during the trial.
I didn't do it. I wasn't there. I
Uncooperative
don't like knives.
witnesses.
He asked to serve with the days with his client. He said, "Let me serve him in there with my client then."
Yeah.
Well, the client will have to pay for that too, won't he?
Well, the
Lawyer?
client's a rapper. He's got a lot of money, but still.
Well, if
Yeah.
I was going to stay there, I'd stay with him too. That way
Yeah.
I could just bill him for even more.
Well, not only that though, you can really work on strategy. Like there's a whole lot
Oh,
you
my
can
God.
do uninterrupted, no phone calls, nobody bothering you. I mean, you can have
my.
hours after that. Interesting.
All right, let's take a break. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Top of the hour. And coming up in about 8 minutes, we're going to have a couple of fine gentlemen in here from the Onslow County Board of Commissioners. And quit smirking, y'all. You're live and local, Real Talk. We'll be right back.
WSME.
Howdy, howdy, peeps. The Richlands Piggly Wiggly is back again this week with some sizzling deals for Dad. Grab some T-bone steaks for $8.99 a pound and throw them on the grill. It will definitely leave a smile on your dad's face. Get you some whole boneless pork loin for $1.99 a pound. Now that's a deal. Add to cart. We have some fresh Athena cantaloupes for $2.99. Now, why was the farmer mad at his wife? Because she said they can't elope. But our fresh cantaloupes are sure to cheer 'em up. Get you some local North Carolina grown blueberries, 2 pints for $5, and make Dad a delicious blueberry cobbler. That's all for this week, folks. Get to shopping at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly and stay picky.
Vacation season is here. That means fishing and fun. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro. If your check engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for a getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corbett Road, in the friendly city by the sea in Swansboro. Again, for Battlefield Automotive, call 910-325-0828. When it comes to paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge in helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 Doris Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team of designers, experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint, have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Stars Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
Excitement of baseball has arrived in Jacksonville with the Jacksonville Ospreys Summer Collegiate Baseball Team. Playing their games in inaugural season at Jack M. Park. Grab season passes, online tickets, and game times at JacksonvilleOspreys.com. Tickets just $10 at the gate. This summer, swing on over and score some fun with your own Jacksonville Ospreys.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have the perfect house you turn into a home. Throughout the process, integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back live. And the folks there at the Big Rock Tournament, they're getting ready to have their morning prayer. We're going to try to catch it today, so
Right. That'd be nice.
let's hold on, be sure we got everything running. Y'all talk for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my daughter just texted me. She's been watching the Young Thug trial, and she said that the judge and the prosecutor will end up causing a mistrial in that case. They're acting out. I need to start watching. I haven't been watching it.
I'll tell you what, I give Rayford a report generally every morning on the trial that I've been watching.
Yeah. Is it still going on?
The prosecution's not even through with their witnesses yet. We're at like 58 witnesses already.
Lee, this has been like a month you've been watching this.
But I know it. The lead investigator, he they have texts on his telephone within 16 hours after this alleged murder happened, where he's already found and convicted the defendant. And he made so many ugly remarks about her on these group texts.
You know,
He called her the C word. Yes.
you have got to. There was a highway patrolman in New Hanover County got into trouble over a DWI guy that he had.
Yes.
And he's on his personal phone. I'm sorry. When you're out there on the job, you don't have a personal phone anymore. That is
That's
subject
right.
to anything that
Well,
you do.
he
is
got caught.
there.
And they had like 388 pages of text or whatever. He talked about her so badly, and she's got medical issues. And so he even in his text, he was saying she leaks poo and, and all this kind of stuff.
Well, how would he
And
know?
Yeah.
the whole world knows now.
But how would he know?
Right. Because he's listening, getting this information from one of the people involved in this case, because he's got ties to the family who owns the house or who owned the house where the body was found. But yet none of the house, nobody in the house was never investigated. They never went in because the defense is claiming that this officer went in the house, went into the basement. There was a fight. He got killed. They dumped his body on the lawn and they're framing this woman for it. So, which I thought was crazy, but listen, after hearing what has come out, because
it may not be as far-fetched as you think.
All these people that are involved in it, because they've pulled their cell phone records, everything. They show all these butt dials being made during the time that where they estimated he was killed until his body was found the next morning. They show all these phone calls between these people, and they're all claiming other butt dials. It was an accident. And one of the people involved shows on her cell phone where she Googled how long to die. How long does it take to die in the cold? At 2-something in the morning, his body was not found till around 6.
Oh my!
I'm telling
I
you.
need to start watching this trial.
This is
We're waiting here. Anything? Here we go. Well, maybe.
All right.
Should be having a report.
Good morning, fellows. This is Randy from Big Rock headquarters this morning.
Captain Randy.
As you know, many years ago, Captain Mumley started giving a prayer here for the fleet as the fleet ran out. And I've tried to carry on the tradition. I don't do it nearly as well as Captain Mumley did. But I tell you, he always told me as long as I come before the Lord and talk to the Lord, doesn't matter. Heavenly Father, we humbly come before you this morning to give you praise. As the boats run offshore, I want to start by thanking the boats and the crews for listening, God. I know they're trying to decide where to go this morning. It sounds like it's a little bit rough. I know they're trying to hang on. And I'm honored, God, that they would take the time to come to you and come before you with me this morning and join me. As I was riding in today, I thought a lot about what each captain had to deal with every day and the decisions they were trying to make. Were they doubting what they did yesterday? Where should they try to go today? Should they take a lay day today? Should they go out today? Where do you go today? What about tomorrow? What's the weather going to be? Where should I go tomorrow? What kind of bait should I pull? And it occurred to me, God, that you've told us over and over in our lives not to live in yesterday, not to live in the past because it is gone. There's nothing we can do about it. And not to worry about the future, Father, because you've told us that not 1 minute of worry can put a single day on our life or an extra minute in our life. So, God, you've commanded us to live in the day and to pray continuously. And, Father, as I came in this morning, it occurred to me that if we do that, if we live in just today, if we don't worry about the decisions we made yesterday, and we don't worry about the decisions for tomorrow, and we just let you handle it, God, let your Spirit guide us, that we will live happier and healthier lives, that we'll be more successful, and we'll be bring more people to you, Father, which is what we're commanded to do on this earth. Father, I give thanks today for this record-breaking tournament, and I want to give you the glory for that. I pray we stay obedient to your wishes and let the Spirit move in us, that we share the good news with others, and that we know, God, that every little ripple we make on earth, no matter how small, may bring people closer to you. As the boats run offshore today, God, I know that it's dangerous. Fishing's dangerous. I saw a bunch of those videos yesterday with Blue Marlins jumping all around the crews, and we all know that Russell got a hook in him the other day. God, it's dangerous. It's tough. Everybody's trying to hold on. Father, I pray for each and every one of their safety as they're fishing today. Guide each captain's hands to steer clear of dangers that would hurt them or tear their boats up. I pray for the mates and the anglers. Keep every one of them safe, God, and bring them home this afternoon. I pray for the families that are ashore. There's a lot of boats laying today, God. They'll be working on their boats and driving around. I pray do that, and as they enjoy their time in our community, God, that you would watch over each person that can hear my voice. Father, keep us all safe from accidents and from peril. And God, most of all, guard us from the enemy who promises eternal death. God, I give thanks to those who work so hard, to prepare for this tournament and are working so hard this week. I give thanks for Madison and Carly, Crystal, Tyson, Molly, and the entire Big Rock team. I give thanks for the board and the volunteers, dock hands, and the people that are around here, Father. Good gracious, all the people that put on just that cooking last night, Father, that was quite amazing. And we're so glad that people came down and fellowshiped. I give thanks for our first responders and our military, Father, who are willing to put themselves in harm's way for each of us. I pray, God, for the participants and sponsors. I pray, God, for all the people that come to the scales, those who buy T-shirts, those who listen to us on the radio every day, people who support us in even the smallest ways, Father. They are part of the Big Rock Tournament, part of our family. God, I pray that they know that without them, we can't be here. And without them, we can't do what we do for charity. So we are making tangible differences in people's lives because of each and every person who is here. God, I'd be remiss if I didn't lift up people who are hurting today. We know there's a lot around, Father. People are sick. Some people are depressed. Some people are facing hardship. God, ones I know about are Perry Nichols, Chad Note, Pastor Porter, Captain Tommy Fletcher, my friend Tim, Richard Crow, my longtime radio, the Marty Eden's family who lost a loved one, Vera Wood, Mara Garrison, who's fighting cancer. God, and Russell Strutton, may he heal completely. God, finally, I pray today for good fishing. I give thanks for all the fellowship this week. I pray that every day, God, that we would remember we are one nation under God. And I give all this prayer in your Son, Jesus Christ's name. You sent to this earth, our Savior. Amen.
Captain Randy Ramsey.
Amen. Thank you, Randy.
Anyway, kick it off for another day.
That's very nice.
Amen, Randy.
Let me get all the buttons back. All right, there we go. That's Captain Randy Ramsey, the voice of the Big Rock Tournament. He's on VHF Radio. He's the one who handles all the communications with the boats that are fishing every day, and when they're calling in that they're hooked up, when they're calling in that they've got a fish on, got a fish in the boat, yada yada yada. He gets all of that information first, and he's also there just in case there's any kind of an emergency or a situation that needs to be dealt with. So why don't we go ahead and take a break? We got a couple of fine county commissioners in the office and in the studio here, and we'll be right back. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Fox News is now.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. This foster President Biden and other world leaders are at the G7 summit in Italy.
President Biden will sign a security agreement today with counterpart Vladimir Zelensky, and he'll attempt to battle through legal red tape over the use of frozen Russian assets. This year's summit has several invited outsiders, including Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and Pope Francis, who arrives on Friday. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
Former President Trump's back in D.C. today, meeting with House Republicans in the morning and senators in the afternoon. The annual congressional baseball game in D.C. is a blowout.
The Republicans won 31-11 for their fourth straight victory. The game was expected to raise $2 million for approximately 45 Washington, D.C. charities.
Fox's Jill Morgan, 8 climate change protesters were arrested after running onto the field at Nationals Park. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
Okay, Real Talk, 8 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome back to the show. And We have a couple of special guests. The chairman of the Onslow County Board of Commissioners, Tim Foster, in this corner.
Good morning.
How are you? And in the other corner, it's the vice chairman, and they're going to do battle this morning, right? Robin Knapp. No, I'm just kidding. How are you guys?
Good. Real good. Real good.
First question, I threw it to you during the break there. We got a budget yet?
It is in the book and on paper. We have a workshop this afternoon at 12:30, and then we'll have the public hearing on Monday, and we should be voting on that then.
Okay, and then how much of the taxes are going to go up?
Not a bit.
Yay.
I just had to slide that one in
I
there
know
just in
I
case.
see there was another county in North Carolina. Was it Gaston? I'm not really sure. Where they just reduce the tax rate.
Hey, listen up now. You
Property
have that
taxes.
opportunity. You haven't passed it yet.
I
Can
was
you
like,
reduce it some more?
Well, we have received a letter. Ready for this?
All right.
We have received a letter from the state referencing the property values in Onslow County that have increased by about 20%, 21%.
Oh, that means you can reduce my property taxes by 20%?
That's exactly the words out of the mouth of the county manager was reducing the taxes, but don't know how much. But if that and we have to reeval within 2 years, which falls in line with our reevaluation schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So if it holds true to that, I would expect that the property tax rate would drop.
So it drops, and then I get a refund with interest, correct? For the taxes I'll be paying between now and then?
Well, let me do some research on that, and I'll get back with you.
I'll get back to you in about 2 years on that one.
Great response.
Now we got to keep in mind the reval, if it progresses the way it is and your property taxes or value goes up by 20%, and we try to roll back the property tax rate, some may see a savings, some may not. It depends on the reval. And we have no control over that.
Got that.
That's the economy.
All right. Well, it sounds like a winner. What did you see? Okay, we got plenty of time here. What do we got going on in the county that needs a lot of attention besides the budget right now?
That's the primary thing right now.
I
Just to
hope
get the
so.
budget.
Yeah, budget's the biggest one. Absolutely. We have a few things going on with doing an audit of our EMS and public safety and seeing what needs to be.
Is there a
done
problem
there.
with that or something?
Not that we're aware of.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
But it's just, I think David Smitherman saw that, hey, we've got a lot going on. Let's do a true audit with an outside agency of what the needs are and address those needs when that comes back.
He's just trying to stay ahead of the game, which I don't blame him.
Good.
Absolutely.
Better find out early than late.
That's right. That's right.
We don't want to be caught with our bridges down. So to
Yeah,
speak.
I totally understand that one. Have you gotten any inkling of anything with the EMS?
No, our biggest concern is making sure that we're able to have someone in each seat during each shift. Which with that coming with the budget is there's going to be an increase in pay to help recruit and retain. So I think it's something that's going to come out of it because we lose them. We lose them to other counties, and then we increase our salary for them, and then we may have some come back. But we want to make sure, and our budget is showing that is a big emphasis this year has been on recruitment and retention of employees. Let's keep the ones we have and find the means to get other good ones in the building.
That's the biggest thing that we don't, that we're trying to do. The employee is the most important aspect of our government. We need to make sure that we do the studies that are necessary, and that we maintain our workforce and keep them trained. And in any way we can do that, and our budget's healthy enough that we're doing the evaluations and the surveys for the jobs, et cetera. And hopefully, we can give them a little extra because they work hard.
Back in the day, and you got a few more employees working for Onslow County than I had working for me. I had 45, so you got several times that many. But I always told, and I went to management, and I went to the owners, all the way to the corporate headquarters. I said, you know what? It's a whole lot cheaper to keep them than it is to replace them because I got to get somebody, then I got to train them, and they do not know squiddly.
That's exactly right.
From day one.
You can't replace experience.
You cannot. It's
there's
impossible.
There's no educational curriculum out there that can replace experience.
It would be great if there was a course out there. You could send them through a 20-hour course
Yeah.
over at Coastal or
Well,
something.
you know as well as I do. It's like in law enforcement, man.
Yeah.
You know, you can have a master's degree in criminal justice, but I'd rather have the street guy that's been on the street for 15 years, that never even graduated from college, but he knows what he's doing, and you get street sense.
The guy who can read people is the most valuable asset
That's
in
right.
any law enforcement agency.
That's right.
If he can read them, he knows when they're lying.
That's
He's
right.
He's a polygraph on 2 feet.
Walking polygraph.
Anyway, what else we got to look at? Infrastructure, any issues that you're looking at that will help us?
There is, our, county manager has developed looking at the infrastructure and making sure we start addressing issues now, and he projects it out for the next 3 to 5 years, which I think he's done a real good job of having a vision beyond one budget cycle. The vision is, like, for instance, with the sheriff's office, it's not just what we need today, it's what we're going to need in 5 years. And we can go ahead and have a plan that this is taking care of each year. With the capital needs, addressing is going to the schools for their capital outlay and things that they need. So he's put money back to make sure as we come across items that need to be addressed, air conditioning that needs to be repaired.
On a
Heating
regular
units
basis.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, I think we've got a real good budget coming in, and most of the salary most of the increase in the budget has been employees. 30 new positions, but I think we're going to add
Nice.
2 more. Currently, sheriff's office has 2 deputies and a civilian for a CSI assistant. That's already approved in the budget. And we've talked with the sheriff, and we've met with him, and he asked about adding 2 more deputies and a public information officer. And I feel sure that that'll be added to the budget this afternoon.
Definitely need.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, I like that.
Absolutely.
Well, I have a question. Do we need to go commercial first? Are we good?
Yeah, go ahead. One more.
Okay, my question is, I had heard some scuttle from the Swansboro commissioners that were upset with the county because there was a study done, and the talk of the study was moving the EMS straight out of the city of Swansboro and kind of placing it closer to the Hubert, like in between the Hubert-Swansboro area. And there was a study done showing that that's where the majority of the calls were, and they thought they could have better response time for everyone by moving it there. But the Swansboro commissioners were making accusations that certain county commissioners were doing this on purpose to hurt the citizens of Swansboro. So, what's your comments on that?
Ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. We're not doing anything to hurt anybody. I don't know where they get this information. I know they went after one of the commissioners that resides in Swansboro, which is absolutely preposterous.
That's who I think it is, and who I know it is, and I mean, look at what he has done for that area.
Well, it is. There's no personal whatever involved in this. It's a matter of what we, as commissioners, viewed and what we read, the statistics that were provided to us. And now they want to make this personal, and it's not personal. I want to go on the air and say that, because it is not personal.
I was also told that some of the commissioners went and got figures and facts and figures and stuff, and it did not align with what the county had presented.
Say what?
The Swansboro commissioners.
Yes.
Swansboro that it doesn't align.
And in other words, where I guess your EOC chief or whatever had presented facts and figures and statistics.
You mean Norman Bryson?
Yes, to move the rescue squad actually to be based in.
Right.
It would be in a better area. And some of the Swansboro commissioners said they went and got their own statistics, and it did not match up with what the county had.
Well, I don't want to beat this dead horse. However, during the workshop in which that you're referencing there, our head of EMS or public, Norm Bryson,
right,
he did present a heat map and showed us where everything was according to
Well, they
according
got
to the heat map.
he's got the numbers.
Yeah, exactly. So I actually made a request. I said, look, heat maps are great. I love looking at the colors and this dark blue over here. I said, I like numbers. I want to see the numbers.
Good.
Right.
So they pulled that information from the system, used GIS to determine where the location was of each one of those calls. And the calls within the city limits of Swansboro was not anymore, probably, if I remember correctly, less. I may actually have the paper out in the truck, less than what was going on in the Bear Creek area. And I think it's a 3.7 mile distance from where the Medic 5 is sitting in Swansboro to where it would be moved to at Freedom Way. So here's my answer to this is we're going to look at those numbers. And if those numbers reflect that needs to be moved somewhere else, then that will be moved somewhere else, because data is what we need to look at and determine the decision-making process. And if that decision or that data shows that needs to move, then it will. But the biggest key is it doesn't always sit in that building 24 hours a day waiting for a phone call. It will move to locations, and when that phone call comes in, it responds. And I think 14%, I don't even need to say the numbers because I don't have them memorized in my head, but the data actually will reflect what I receive, will reflect what we need to do with that ambulance. And by no means would we ever make a decision that was going to have a negative impact on the Swansboro citizens. Because number one, they're part of Onslow County. Our responsibility is all of Onslow County. We have to make sure we have the ambulance in service in Sneads Ferry. We have to make sure it's in the Richlands area. It serves the Jacksonville municipalities, and it serves out in Halls Run, and it serves out in 9 Mile. So when we look at data and make decisions based on public safety, then we're going to move things to where it needs to be to reflect the needs of the majority of Onslow County without hurting, interfering, or causing any issues for the people of Swansboro. It's just like when we looked at the budget. Sheriff had requested several officers or deputies,
Right.
and we had one budget that numbers coming from the county manager. The sheriff said come to us in the workshop, shared what he needed and what would help them. And we talked about it, we discussed it, and that'll be in the budget come Monday. But that is a decision that doesn't just impact Sneads Ferry, which, by the way, Sneads Ferry probably needs a lot more, and the sheriff has done an excellent job of getting additional deputies down in that area. And that's what he's doing. His request is based on the needs of Onslow County and making sure we're able to support, help, and protect and serve all of those of all of Onslow
And
County.
that's the reason why, we, like Tim said, we look at numbers, we look at statistics, okay, to make our determination on our decisions. To say that it was personal because of personality conflicts, and I'll say it again, is ludicrous. That's not why we make decisions.
Okay, I'm going to ask you one for facts and figures. You're doing facts and figures.
That's
I
right.
like facts and figures. All right,
Yes.
Tim. So here's my question for you as we go to a break here. Have a study been done, or have you taken, or has Norman by any chance pulled the numbers of where the unit that is now assigned to Swansboro per se, I know it doesn't stay at headquarters, where does it spend a lot of its time? Do you know where it spends a lot of its time?
I do not, because I don't think they actually tell you exactly where it's located during those calls, but it's definitely not sitting in a bay in the city limit or the town limits for
Where is the
every call.
growth? Where is the growth of Swansboro?
The growth of Swansboro
is towards the west.
Yes, I think so.
We'll
Yes.
take a break. You're live on Local Real Talk, Freedom 1.1, 11:20 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
We've unlocked the vaults, and we're replaying Casey Kasem's American Top 40, the 70s. This week is from June 17th, 1978. That's when Steely Dan had the Deacon Blues. ABBA wanted you to take a chance on me. Jerry Rafferty cruised down Baker Street. And Andy Gibb was shadow dancing. You'll hear those hits and all the top 40 songs from June 17th, 1978, right here on American Top 40, the 70s.
Check out Casey Saturday mornings 8 to 11 on Freedom 97.1, 11:20 a.m. WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? El Chino Italiano Restaurant wants you.
We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Chino Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Chino Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway, is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Stone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158. Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things cost less. Down the street, Main Street in Maysville, on your way to and from the beach. Value pack, fresh ground round is only $4.79 a pound. You get a 16-ounce package of Oscar Mayer meat wieners for just $1.99. Whole boneless pork loin, just $1.99 a pound. Boneless chicken thighs are only $2.99 a pound. How about T-bone steak? Great for the grill, just $8.99 a pound. Boneless New York strip steak is only $12.99 a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, Main Street in Maysville, and they use only the finest and certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, whole Athena cantaloupes, just $2.99 each. You get 2 pints of sweet blueberries for $5. Sweet and juicy Eastern peaches, just $1.49 a pound. Fresh strawberries, only $2.99 for a 1 pound package. And russet baking potatoes, only 99 cents a pound. And you get 2 6-packs of Pepsi or Mountain Dew for $9. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, down the street, where good things cost less. Main Street in Maysville, on your way to and from the beach. Remember, say big with the pig.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And your rain weather forecast is brought to you by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. You've seen the signs all around town, right? It's called, hey, get your vaping stuff here. Some are even open 24 hours a day. Onslow County is high up on the food chain for young people who are vaping. As a parent, you shouldn't, but your kids will lie to you. Hello. Claiming what they're doing is harmless, that it's just steam vapors. That's not what medical experts and law enforcement officers have found. Too often, the products they're buying for their vaping instruments are not only harmful, they're illegal. Don't believe the signs on the windows claiming everything is totally legal and just me, it's harmless. If you want the real story, reach out before it's too late. Community Prevention Services, 910-353-0972. It's a Jacksonville company located at 918 Henderson Drive with counselors to help deal with a variety of problems, including vaping. They'll be glad to share what the experts have learned about the dangers of vaping. Do yourself and your kids a favor. Get the whole story, get the truth before the fad turns into something much more difficult to deal with. Again, that's Community Prevention Services at 910-353-0972. Offshore out to 20 nautical miles, a little more is interesting today for the fishermen out there. Easterly winds kicking up 15 to 20, occasional gusts up to 25 knots, seas 3 to 5. Now that's only out to 20 nautical miles. Is higher than that further offshore. Sounds and rivers are choppy. Northeasterly winds around 10 knots tomorrow, becoming easterly in the afternoon, 3 to 5 footers, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers a light chop. Saturday, westerly winds 5 to 10 knots, becoming easterly in the afternoon, seas 2 to 4. Sounds and rivers a light chop. Mr. Commissioners, do we have an ordinance yet dealing with vape shops?
We do.
Do tell.
We pass. It's very similar to the city.
City.
Something up to Raleigh in reference to them doing something to help us regulate the vape shops.
Good.
I like that.
That's what I was going to
Yeah,
ask you,
sure.
because at my meeting this week in Raleigh, it was brought up other municipalities, especially in the mountain areas, have the
Cities.
Thank you. No, the townships. The counties.
Municipalities.
Yes. I'm not even going to try to say that again. Have passed ordinances where vape shops have to be licensed in their county.
Oh, wow.
And that helps with enforcement of sales to underage and with products.
Don't they have to have a privileged license to operate, or business license to operate a non-slow, or any of the cities?
Have to have a business license.
Okay.
The city doesn't
And
require
the things
a
that we
business
run into is it's not just a vape shop that's selling vapes and all that. Is
Right.
grocery stores are selling.
Grocery stores,
convenience
gas
stores are
stations,
selling.
yes.
Convenience stores are
So
selling.
what we do is going to have to reflect the nature of what everyone and where all you can find it. And of course, the vape shops themselves are probably the biggest concern.
Well, I see some vape shops out there that look like convenience stores. In fact, they're located in old convenience stores.
Yes, they are.
And they have a sign up there that said, vape, 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 vape. Oh, get your bread down here.
All right, big neon lights.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Big neon lights.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Kelly, how do neon lights impact people who are maybe involved in narcotics at the time?
Well, they entice them.
Mhm.
And depending on, other issues, they can create other problems as well. But they're
Uh-huh.
enticing. Yes. But yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured I could get that reaction.
Yep.
Well, I did years ago. I just did in my psychology class, had the kids to identify labels and the different colors on labels, and they put posters up in the building advertising different things, and then we tried to discover which was reflected and with the most positive outcome, and they had it down to the colors that attracted people's eyes and the dull things that people didn't pay attention to. So they did their little vote. It wasn't necessarily based on the qualifications of what they were presenting. It was all the used in the advertising. As you even get into your grocery store and the labeling
Of
on
course.
the cans and where they're placed and everything, it's everything is studied and everything is put out with a reason behind it.
Marketing people
Marketing,
are
yes, sir.
very into that. You were born down in the old Wilmington PD headquarters at times, weren't you? Did you know that the holding room there was painted pink inside? They had a holding cell when they would bring people in immediately. Particularly people that are out of control, and you have to fight them and yada yada yada.
Is that
They
supposed
put
to
them
be
in there
calming?
because
It's calming.
it had a calming effect.
Isn't that what they painted the inside of the massage parlors pink?
I do not know.
How would you
Tim,
know
what-
that?
What color did they
Yeah,
paint?
yeah, Lee,
how would you know that,
Lee?
Yeah. Oh, no, you.
You just walked
I'm
into
not
that one,
going
man.
there.
You
She
set
did.
yourself up.
Are you the masseuse or what do you do?
No, just like, don't you remember? Well, I don't know if you remember back in the 90s, some of the massage parlors, how they were painted pink.
You're not massage parlors. They're the adult entertainment.
Well, yeah, but they
Like
claim
Amy's-
to
like-
be massage parlors.
I was involved with the sheriff's office on some of those raids, and let me add, then there's a lot of stories out of that one. That's funny.
Oh, yeah, we heard one. Who was it?
Amy's
No,
Playhouse?
don't even go
It was
there.
Mike McHugh. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We caught him in one.
You did what?
No, he
Mike, if you're listening, she
his
did not mean what
story
she said.
about going into one of the parlors during a raid.
For a North
Oh,
Star.
yeah, yeah.
For
For
a story.
a raid, and he was doing the story. Yes.
Mhm.
I accompanied my unit accompanied the sheriff's office. We would laugh at it. We'd sit out there and do surveillance on these things, like
On
Amy's
Second Front.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Amy's Playhouse, and I remember sitting in the van thinking, "What am I doing here? What are we doing? I mean, this is stupid." And but there was a big push on the ordinance violations and stuff, and there's a lot of war stories that came out of that one.
Oh, they're true too.
Yeah.
I wasn't here, but they
I
were
don't know how we
true.
got on that.
Yeah,
Anyway.
well, you brought up massaging, so I
I'll
mean,
switch this real quick.
Yes, please.
I'll have to be leaving here in just a minute because the gates have opened at Northside High School for class of 2024's graduation ceremony.
Well,
But let me interject. I want to tell you kudos to Northside for the best high school. When you see a foreclosure sign in front of a school, 66
And
rooms,
a for sale.
and a for sale sign.
That was good. And it was
Right.
harmless.
It was harmless. It was harmless.
epic.
That was.
I remember the kids would come to me and get me their ideas of what they wanted to do. And I told them, no,
Most
you
of the
can't
time.
do that.
Yeah.
And I always warned them. I said, if you come out, and I always told them, no, you don't need to do this and cost your opportunity to walk across the stage or whatever, or face vandalism charges. I said, remember, if you go in onto the property with a intention of just something silly, what are the others with you going to do? And when they become vandals, then it becomes a problem. So I told them, I don't support you in what you're doing, but I was very proud of the fact that they come to me and said, can we do this?
No.
Can we do this? I'm like, no, you can't. You can't do pranks. So I didn't want them to do them, but I couldn't always control them at 3 a.m. But they respected us
We all
enough.
know how that is.
You got that right.
So, what is the sale price for Northside High School?
Right now, do you want the furniture too, or just the building?
I just want one of those desks with the letters carved, with the initials carved in those desks. Do they still have those?
Oh, look,
Probably got bubble gum underneath them
I
too,
will
right?
tell you this: there are sets of desks at Southwest High School that I sat in.
Ooh.
And I remember my junior year because I was in my U.S. history class, and carved in it was 6th Street Surfers. And I knew all those guys. I knew who lived on 6th Street. We played a lot of basketball on 6th Street. And if there weren't no waves, we were playing basketball. Years later, I'm teaching in the same classroom that I took U.S. history in. As I looked at the desk, it was the 6th Street Surfers.
You should that desk could be awarded to you at a surplus sale or something.
But those are the best desks
You shouldn't have told me that.
we've ever had. I'm going to tell you right now, those desks are the best desks in the building because the desks that they're producing and putting out now do not hold up to how those
Are these the desks
years
that
old.
the lid pops up?
No,
Are
they're
those?
not. They're
Oh, those are elementary ones.
Those are, yeah. You
They-
can't carve with those. You can't
Yeah.
carve
Yeah, you
with
could.
those.
Yeah, and
Nah.
first of all, you better not be carving today because that's an indication you have a weapon.
That's
on you.
exactly right.
Oh.
That's exactly right.
Think about that one, did you?
Yeah, back in my day, you could go to school with
I did.
with your shotgun in your
We had
pickup
kids in our
truck.
school
Your
I
that
did.
was that, yeah.
Not my pickup truck, but in my car. I had one in the trunk.
We had them
Yeah,
in
so I
little
could go hunting when I was on the way home.
Back
Oh,
in
yeah.
the back.
I even went.
Back
To,
window,
I even
yeah.
went to DOE schools, Dodd schools, and it's nothing like what it is today.
Well,
Yeah.
we've gone from massage parlors to carrying rifles in your pickup truck to school.
Let me
And
back
one
up.
time before we go to
You went from massage parlors. You started the massage parlor.
And then-
Anything else
and
happen?
then we bailed you out of it. But
Thank you, masseuse.
there. I had a principal at Jacksonville High, and we actually had hunted together at the base on some couple of deer drives years and years ago. And he said, "Yeah, I got me a new shotgun." I said, "Well, what you got?" And so he takes me to his pickup and shows me.
Oh, yes.
On crap, and then goes to my old car. I showed him mine.
Oh,
I'm like, if you did that today, SWAT teams from DC would be down on us.
It's a different
and,
environment.
and the crazy thing is,
we were better off.
The weapons haven't changed. Society has changed.
Yeah.
That's what's created the problem.
And if you think about it, we didn't have mass school shootings in those days because we all had guns. Who was going to come onto a campus when all the students or a bunch of the students and the principal has got a gun?
Yep.
Duh, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, this is just the whole society, the whole perspective, the whole everything, the whole social culture stuff has changed.
That's what the
It's a shame.
And the problem is, it starts with. I firmly believe it starts with the family. It
We
starts
don't
with the family.
sit around the kitchen
Or lack
table
of.
enough
and
anymore.
talk and have their Sunday afternoon meals
Yes.
You know,
and
it's-
our nightly dinners. How was your day?
You know, on Sundays was like in my house was really funny because my dad, we lived in Tokyo at the time, and my dad was stationed there. And every Sunday,
Also, is that when you learn to speak Japanese?
He
No,
grew
I
up
learned-
speaking Japanese.
I grew up speaking Japanese. So, with my mother, every Sunday would go bingo. She'd play bingo all afternoon.
Oh Lord!
My father would get on a train and go to Tokyo. He liked to walk, and he liked to eat too. So he'd go through all the eateries, stop at the train stations, and then I would go to the gym every Sunday, play basketball with my buddies for about 3 in the afternoon, be drenched. And somehow we all come back home. My mom would be there about 5 o'clock. My dad would show up at 5 o'clock, and he always used to bring me, because he knew I loved it, the chicken yakitori on a stick. And he'd buy about 6 or 7 of them with some rice, and he'd bring it home to me every Sunday. We did that for like years.
Yeah.
It's just a tradition.
When they played basketball, when you were playing basketball up there at that time, we got to go to a break here. But
We
did
got to
they,
do weather.
did they? We did weather.
No, we didn't.
No, you skipped
you skipped
Kelly.
Oh, did we skip you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
No,
don't.
not we. You.
Did you speak up?
You asked Tim a question.
Well, you could interrupt. You usually do. Go ahead and you interrupt. That's what Robin tells me.
Thank you, Lee. So, for those that actually care about the weather, not obviously Rayford doesn't.
I do. I got the wet marine.
Today
weather,
it'll
yeah.
be partly sunny, high of 88. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 68. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 93. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 70, which is good for Ospreys baseball. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 93. And then Sunday, it's going to be 90.
It's in other words, you could have summed it up. It's going to be hot, y'all.
It's going to be hot. Water your gardens because it's not going to rain for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I got to go water it for yesterday too. I didn't water it yesterday, but my question
didn't
for you,
either.
as we go to when you were playing basketball in Japan like that, do they lower the goals over there? I,
24 3A state champs. We'll have Coach Amanda Pilch and a couple of coaches and a couple of players in the studio. We'll see you Friday morning on Sports Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. Stop a Train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
If you are looking to purchase a truck or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1539 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand selected, and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers and their friends.
Call today, 910-355-7066. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue, in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro.
Summer vacation season is here, and if your plans include hitting the road to do some traveling, then make sure to visit two Silent Service Centers on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle. A trip to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind, with the best value on all name brand tires, and the largest selection of used tires in the area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. And one is really nice is there's no long wait time. Silent Service Center knows you are busy and will have you back on the road in a hurry. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, we're back live at Local Real Talk, and on the line right now, it's the one, the only. It is now Miller time. Hey, Chris, what's up?
Hey, good morning, my friend.
Good morning.
What you got going, dude?
Well, the Big Rock is, can you believe it? The Big Rock is it's in its fourth day. Kind of a slow, there was a lot of boats that fished yesterday, over 200 boats, but nobody brought in a marlin. So we'll see how things go today. The middle of the week typically is kind of your slower days because a lot of it depends on weather as well. But usually the Wednesdays and kind of your slower days because that's the 2 days that a lot of the captains and owners want to take their lay days. So Mondays and Tuesdays are usually a heavy day, and then Friday and Saturday historically have been heavy days at the Big Rock. So it'll be interesting to see if any blue marlin are brought in today. But I anticipate a lot of exciting news on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, everybody likes to fish on Saturday just in case that the last ditch effort and all that sort of good stuff. By the way, as soon as you and your team get together and get that boat for me, Vital Signs has already printed me a new name for the boat assignment.
On assignment.
So I will be on assignment.
That was good, Chris.
That was a good one, Chris. But I've already had it made. So all we're waiting for is the boat, sir. So when can you get it delivered?
Well, I expect some royalties, Rayford, for coming up with the names. So,
Not a problem.
I'll expect that check in the mail here soon.
Well, I got some cookies over here. Would that do? Some chocolate chip cookies I made last night.
Oh yeah, we all know how much you love cookies, you little cookie monster. So we'll
ask me.
But the Big Rock has been great. I mean, this thing continues to grow with the level of categories and the money and so we all know how much this tournament means to Eastern North Carolina and the states and Morehead City and Eastern North Carolina. So people get excited. And like I said, yesterday was a little bit of a slow day, and it happens. I mean, there's been days, there's been several days in years where we've had slow days. So it's that's the interesting thing about the Big Rock. It's kind of a luck of the draw.
Yeah, some days the fish bite, some days the fish don't bite.
Chris, you gonna go out and ride one of those boats before it's over with? Do you do your story?
Well, I know some of the TV people have been able to do that in recent years. I mean, for years we always asked if we could do that, and then they had pretty strict rules about media being on the boat. But I've never really had a chance to do it. And just unfortunate not being able to do it. But it'd be cool to do it one day.
Okay, here's the deal for you. Next year, I won't enter it because it costs too much money. But you and I and a couple of other people, we'll just go offshore and mingle around all those people that are fishing out there. We won't get in their way, of course, because they might shoot us. But somebody got in my way and I had a big bartlett on, you might get shot or shot. We could go out there and you could say you were out there amongst all the fishermen in the Big Rock. What do you think? That'd be a good story for you.
Well, it would be a good story, and I tell you what, Rayford. I mean, you know this as well as anything, as anybody. I think what makes this Big Rock tournament such a great thing is when they bring in a marlin, and they weigh in a fish, it's a big fish, and they know they're gonna, it's exciting. I mean, the reaction is what people, I think, remember the most. People may not remember that the fish was 500 whatever pounds, but they remember how they felt when Randy Ramsey or Randy Gregory, the weighmaster, says 510 pounds, and you just won the Fabulous Fisherman Prize, and that's what it's about, is that reaction and the human interest side of things. I think that's what people really love.
Yeah, it's that high fiving that counts. That means as much as the money. Maybe not, but it means a lot.
That's why when I know they've voted something, that's why I'm right there waiting for it to come on, because the excitement of watching them pull it out and everybody's trying to guess what it's going to weigh. And then when they put it up on the scales and they weigh, and the excitement. I mean, when that one team actually voted that marlin and brought it in, and then they won it was Release, right? That won the Fabulous Fisherman's Prize.
Nope. Yeah, Release won Fabulous Fisherman.
Actually, I mean, the crew was chest bumping, fist bumping, and one of them was even crying, and it just so much human element to it. Thanks for bringing that out, Chris.
If you're able to listen on the radio when the boat has got a fish on board, these guys have got professional captains generally. These people know what they're doing. They're just not first timers. But when they got a big fish and they have measured that fish, they know they got a big fish.
Mm-hmm.
They know what has already been weighed. You can tell by the tone of their voice when they're on the radio, and they're very solid about it.
Yeah.
We're coming in now.
We just voted one, Captain Randy.
Mm-hmm. We have voted the one, Captain Randy.
Yes.
Whatever they will do.
Yeah.
You can tell they're excited and
It's
trying not to
exciting
show it
to
too
follow
much.
it.
All right, Chris.
And you talked about the fishing on Saturday. A lot of the crews that end up stay in first place, they want to go out on that Saturday just to kill time, because they don't know what to do with themselves. Waiting,
Celebrate.
The waiting game is the hardest on that Saturday.
It's a nervous situation. I would be fishing even if I was in first place. The only guy that doesn't have to worry about collecting that $1.7 million, they're the Fabulous Fisherman. Day one with a 504.
Well, they may end up taking overall, though, I believe. Can they? They? I know they didn't sign up for the one,
but
for all the categories.
Well, I understand, but they cannot take first place because there's another first place with the bigger fish, 516 versus their 504 right now.
Oh, we're talking about, okay.
But points, they can score a lot if they get some more fish.
Right.
Or cut a lot of them loose. Chris, got to run. Thank you.
Thanks,
All right, thank
Chris.
you.
Have a great week.
You're live on Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry. Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. 1997, with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and pay top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okie dokie. Running up the day. One thing we have not discussed today, a major action yesterday in the U.S. House of Representatives. They voted decisively to do a little thing called contempt of Congress against Attorney General, failing to release the unedited audio of President Joe Biden's interview in his classified documents case. They had given up and heavily edited audio, but they did not release the audio that the House required. Garland is now the third Attorney General to be in contempt of Congress ever. No one really thinks that the Justice Department, the department that has Garland as his boss, will prosecute him. That's not going to happen. We know that. The White House, their decision to exert executive privilege over the audio recording, shielding it from Congress, would make it exceedingly difficult to make a criminal case against Garland. Could they make one against the White House or whoever told them to edit this sucker? I don't know. Probably not. I thought to myself, is this a political move? Think about the way Brown thinks. A strategy organized by the DNC to make the Republicans in the House, and therefore by default Donald Trump, look dumb when the election is just about a month or so away, maybe the 1st of October. Why would any devious mind think like that? Because that's the way I work. So let's say that Garland is either forced or actually agrees to hand over the audio about the 1st of October. And on that recording, there's absolutely nothing of any importance. Much ado about nothing. And the Democrats could say, we told you so, just a month out from the election. Yes, Garland would still be held in contempt, but that would not matter. The bottom line is that it's very possible that this could be a well-orchestrated stunt, and the Republicans are playing into the hands of the DNC strategist.
Well, you asked if it's political. The vote was strictly by party lines.
One
216
Republican said
Republicans voted for it. One, Dave Joyce,
I think, yes.
Ohio or somewhere, he voted against it and joined the Democrats, and there was 206 Democratic votes of no. So it was strictly down party lines.
Sure. So it is political.
Yes.
So pretty much everything up there is. I don't know. Tomorrow I'm going to talk to you about another teacher scandal here in North Carolina.
Oh, Lord.
Close
Did you hear
by.
about the one that was just arrested for sexual misconduct?
Well, let's just go ahead. This is a real quick
Is
one.
that the one?
North Carolina is not free from teacher scandals. A sad case in Pitt County is unraveling where a 37-year-old female teacher, oh, did I say female teacher? Yep. Faces charges of statutory rape of a 14-year-old boy. Heidi Monroy, a Spanish teacher at a middle school, until she was arrested last Friday. At a hearing yesterday, she was held under $400,000 bond. Following her arrest, I want you to listen to what I'm going to say now. Following her arrest, her work visa. What does that bring to mind?
Work visa.
Where's she from?
Was revoked, so she was automatically fired from the school system. Work visa. Spanish teacher.
Oh.
What's the backstory of this one? I don't know, but I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. An investigative report indicates the crimes were committed back in April. The school resource officer received the initial complaint and started that investigation. Monroy has a court date now scheduled for June 26, likely to be continued. And we'll continue tomorrow in about 22 hours.
Need to find out.
That's
where
a
she's
huge
from.
story.
Yeah, we need
Yes,
to figure out
it
where
is.
she's from.
Oh, should be interesting. Have a great rest of your day. Tomorrow we're going to be hamming it up around here, as we do every day. But
Yeah.
we'll have a couple of hams in here tomorrow. At least I'll have somebody on my side. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Fox News is now.
WSME, Temperature, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Talking about Chris. I got a text message from him yesterday. He wants to know if I can be on standby to watch the stuff going on at the station. So he's leaving on vacation today. Won't be back until Tuesday. So I'm supposed to be maintaining. I'm in charge of the station. I've already had to go over there once because he was working from home, and I had to go over there to restart.